All right, so see if we can do this right. Okay, the dot needs to be over here. So put the dot over here. Then draw a box to represent this front box. Or, you know, instead of erasing it all, you could just cross out that one dot and put your dot over there. Okay. Let me tell you right now that perspective drawing is not my favorite either. So that doesn't help. Okay. Just in time. We just started. You just need a white sheet of paper. Okay. Now, you're going to connect each of those points back to your red dot. Well, not all of them. Don't connect them all. Connect 3 of them. The one that you don't connect is the one that goes through your object. You don't want to do that. Okay. So like that. So where we do perspective drawing with one point, all of our depth lines have to be connected back to that point. So that's our rule with 1 point perspective. All depth lines connect to the point. That's how we get our angles, because we don't have specific angles with perspective drawing. We don't have 30-degree angles. We don't have 45-degree angles. As we go farther back, our angles change. So now we have to draw the top and the side of this box. You might say, well, how far do we go back? I don't know. You get to make that up. This is the artistic part. So I'm going to go however far back I feel is correct. And make the top of the box. However far I feel, well, I should go about the same distance back, so it's easier if I draw a line down and connect there. And there's the side of my box. So if I do a little bit of shading to make it sure that it looks three-dimensional. So 1 point perspective is the easiest because you only have to worry about drawing the construction lines for the depth. When we get to 2 point, we have to draw construction lines for the width and the depth. 3 point, you have to draw construction lines for everything. That's why we don't like that. Okay. So now I do the next face. So I'm going to do this next dark blue face. So again, I get to draw it in. I need the lines to be a little bit smaller than these lines because it's farther back. I don't know about you, but I'm going to have a hard time figuring that out by hand, but that's what I need to do. If you're upset because mine looks better than yours, don't be, because first of all, I've done this for 4 years now, and second of all, mine doesn't look that great compared to someone who actually knows what they're doing. Okay, now in order to do the depth of that, I need to connect those lines back to that dot. So, like to do the top of this box, I have to connect each of those points back to that dot. And then use those lines for the top of the box. So there's the top of the box. And you can tell right here, this angle is a lot more than this angle. As I get farther back, the angles get smaller and smaller. That's how you know that it's a perspective drawing. The angles change, they're not consistent. So I need to do the same thing for the rest of them in order to get all the sides. So all of these points need to be connected to that point. I'm just going to go ahead and connect all of them. That way I can just do my drawing instead of coming back and connecting lines constantly. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to go draw down to this line. That way my depth stays the same. And then I'm going to draw over to that line. And then I'm going to draw down to that line. Look how squished that one is. But that's what perspective does. So, hopefully you can tell the difference between these two, between oblique and perspective, if you look at the two of them in your notes.